What are common cognitive biases to know? Have you ever wondered why we sometimes make strange decisions or hold onto beliefs that seem illogical? This is where cognitive biases come into play. These are systematic patterns of deviation from rational judgment. Our minds often take shortcuts or are influenced by hidden assumptions. This can lead to quirky errors in thinking and perception. Let's look at some common cognitive biases that can help us understand our minds better. First up is confirmation bias. This is when we seek, interpret, and remember information that confirms what we already believe. We often ignore evidence that contradicts our views. This can lead to distorted conclusions. In weird science experiments, researchers might see patterns that aren't really there because they expect them. Next is the overconfidence effect. Many people have excessive confidence in their knowledge or answers, even when they are incorrect. For example, someone might claim they are 99% sure about a fact that turns out to be wrong. This can lead to bizarre outcomes where people stubbornly cling to false beliefs. Then we have the halo effect. This bias makes us let one positive or negative trait influence our overall impression of someone or something. If a person is attractive, we might assume they are also intelligent or kind without any real evidence. This can create strange social dynamics. Another interesting bias is anchoring bias. When making decisions, we often rely heavily on the first piece of information we receive. This anchor can skew our judgment. For instance, hearing a high price first may make subsequent prices seem cheaper, even if they are still expensive. The planning fallacy is another common bias. People tend to underestimate how long tasks will take. This overly optimistic view can lead to mismatches between expectations and reality. It can create strange situations in both experiments and daily life. The false consensus effect is also worth mentioning. This is when we overestimate how much others share our beliefs or habits. For example, a vegetarian might think most people around them are also vegetarian. This can lead to odd social dynamics. Next is the sunk cost fallacy. This occurs when people continue investing time, money, or effort into something because they have already invested so much. Even when it would be better to quit, this bias leads to strange persistence in losing ventures. The gambler's fallacy is another curious bias. This is the belief that if something happens more frequently than normal, it will happen less frequently in the future. For example, thinking a coin is due to land heads after several tails in a row can lead to odd predictions. Illusory superiority, or the better-than-average effect, is also common. This bias makes people overestimate their positive qualities and underestimate their negative ones. Many believe they are above average drivers, which is statistically impossible. Lastly, we have hindsight bias. After an event occurs, people often believe they predicted it beforehand. This bias creates a feeling of inevitability about past events, making the world seem more predictable than it is. These cognitive biases show how our minds can trick us into strange errors. Understanding them is essential for interpreting experiments and human behavior accurately. By recognizing these quirks, we can avoid misleading conclusions and better navigate the mysteries of our minds.